Today I want to talk about what it means to do the right things, because when you are somebody who is in a spiritual, or who was, or who experienced some kind of spiritual um, peace or spiritual guidance, sometimes it's hard for people like this, me included, to see what kind of doing is really in alignment with our soul, or guidance from our soul. um, I mean that the guidance of the soul, everybody has it, but some people don't really listen to it anymore. The most people don't really listen to it anymore, or maybe in really small um, situations or circumstances. But for the bigger decisions, let's say it, put it like this, they don't really listen to it because the logical mind stands in the way. And the logical mind is not really a bad thing, and we need it for our day-to-day life and other things as well. But when we are too much in our head and too less in whatever other opportunities and possibilities are there, we start to lose touch with that kind of knowing. And it gets harder and harder. That's the bad thing about it. It gets harder to live with that kind of ignoring, but it's also harder to listen to that kind of guidance. So as much as you take the steps that your soul is telling you to do, and not with the words mostly, it's just some kind of different guidance from different places, from signs, from yourself. Like it's from you, but also the proof from the world that you're in, because it's always telling you, it's always showing you. You just have to listen, you just have to be aware, be present. Then you'll see everything. But there will be times, and there are times for almost everybody, where you don't really know what you have to do, what you should do. And sometimes you also can do nothing, for sure. But for the longer term, every day, it's a gift, and you want to fulfill it with beautiful things. But most of us, we are so trapped in this system that has to function. And this system was created to take you away from whatever your soul's calling is. So we have to be brave. We have to listen to whatever it is telling us that we should do. Yesterday I watched this movie, Dead Poets Society. It's one of the best movies that I've ever watched. I watched it once a couple years ago, but it didn't touch me as much as it did yesterday. And it is about carpe diem, which means seize the day, which means do something with your day. And I feel like this is in alignment. Like, it's not about not doing anything. It's not about being detached to everything in this world. Like, for sure, detachment is important. Detachment helps you also to do things. It's not about being detached and not doing anything, but to be detached but to do things without attachment, what feels right. Just to appreciate, even just to appreciate life, just to say, okay, I'm now here, I'm not deaf. You are going to die, everybody is. We are not, we didn't have a one-way ticket, we have two tickets. So one is to go back, and this ticket to go back could be anytime. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be in 50 years, it could be in 20 years. So as you are in this world, why not use the time that you have here? Why not make the best? Why not make the most of what you have? And it is possible. And it's not about just doing random stuff all the time and it's not about just doing without any any feeling, any context, any guidance. It's not about just to do, like this senseless productivity when you are on your limits and you push through, and because after pushing through you see another world. It's beautiful, and I love to do that. For example, today I run 10 kilometers without any phone and without food. I didn't eat anything before, and this was just to prove myself that I am strong, my body is strong, my mind is strong, my soul is strong. I can do whatever I want to do, whatever I put myself to do. But that's it, sometimes it just feels like, oh, I can't do it, but I would love to do it. And we have those things, we have those beautiful fires, we have those, like, you feel it inside. I would love to do that, but I'm not ready. This has to be perfect, that has to be perfect, that has to change, I have to change, whatever, and you stop living, basically. I never understood that concept of not living, not doing what you want to do, because until a very age, like I think 24 maybe, I really didn't had this concept of fear or looking for some kind of acceptance from the society. I didn't have that for a really long time. After some things happened, I started to, and this was because I didn't listen to whatever I wanted, but I wanted to make my family happy, to make my, peers happy, to make what is normal, to make what is usual, because, I'm not stupid, so I can study, but it just never really felt right. But I did it. I tried it out because I had fear, and I had these attachments from, these people should think about me like that, and the society should accept me in that way, I have to behave in that way, this is good, this is not. So then I realized what it means, because when you start to live like that, when you start to live like, okay, society, yes, please accept me, I will do this kind of things. For sure, we have this illusion of freedom that we still do whatever we want to do, because we binge watch something on Netflix when we come home from all day of doing what we don't really wanted to do, or we binge eat, or we go binge drinking, binge everything, binge having sex, everything, masturbation, whatever you think about. We do all of these things because we feel some kind of emptiness, and we want to fulfill it with the things that we earned in the older world, but we really know that it's not really good for us. We don't really feel fulfilled, happiness, peace, harmony, joy. It's just some kind of dumbness that we feel after doing all of those certain things. And I specifically talked about binging. It's not about eating great food, enjoying a great movie, as I did yesterday. All of these things you will be able to do, even if you start living your life with more integrity, with more authenticity, with more trust, with more whatever is your soul calling. So it's all possible. And it's not about what you do, it's about why you do the things that you do and how you do it. This is all possible, and you'll see when you start doing those things that the world is like answering to you. It will give you, it's not about getting something, it's also just about feeling. For example, this sun, it's just a gift. I'm just I'm so blessed with this sun. We don't really need that much not because we are okay and like just saying, oh, thank you for this little bread and thank you for this whatever. Like, it's just that our soul, our lives are already so rich. Every moment is so rich. We are so grateful that we are not greedy, we are not egoistic to look for more, to have more, just to be, for example, better than the other person, stronger than the other person. It's not about other people, it's about what you want, what your soul calling is. Enjoy this journey called life. Don't lose touch with whoever you are. It's exactly what kind of part you should play in this world, because you're just a part, but a beautiful part. It's not about being the point of life. Like, it's not about being it's not about being the best, it's not about being the strongest, it's not about being the richest. It's about who you are. If you are interested in topics like this, if you think that those kind of talks are valuable and inspiring, then let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. My name is Ece, and I see you the next time.